Yeah, were you surprised that they ran so much 3-2 zone out there? Were you expecting that? Oh, you're open.
Oh, uh, credit to Pine Bluff and Coach Bozeman. I actually tried to hire him several years ago, and he's a grinder, and their team is too. And I don't know, life on the road for a team like Pine Bluff, they got to go play so many road games with a new team, and he's got a good team for their league. I mean, I'm anxious. He's gotten better every year, and I have a lot of respect for the way he works. They lost their best player to another program, and life at that level is difficult because you got to go play on the road and then get on a bus and then go to the next place. Sometimes you get to fly, and I just have a lot of respect for the way they finished the game. I mean, we had a hard time guarding them late. They shot 50% from three in the second half, and we didn't close the game well enough defensively. And Christian Moore, who I actually got the opportunity to coach as a true freshman at North Texas, I thought he had an awesome game and was really difficult to defend in the middle of the floor. And, just a lot of respect for their program and the way they competed tonight.
Were you surprised that they came out and ran so much 3-2 zone? And how did you feel like your zone offense worked tonight?
Well, I knew they'd have to do something, and they showed it, and we actually prepared for it, and it prepared for it a couple of different ways. The first time we prepared for it, we had Fede out there, and so it did change up when we had four guards. And, the thing about those are difficult. You want your guys to play with confidence, but if you just shoot perimeter threes, the numbers aren't in your favor, even as good as shooters as we are. I mean, you got to get it inside, and you got to shoot inside-out threes. And the very first possession of the game, we didn't get it in the paint. We fired a three. And I was like, man, and it was open. And that's what's difficult about this game. And if you are going to do that, you better be a great rebounder. You better fly in there and figure out a way. We just didn't have enough of that combination early of if you are going to shoot them, then you better go flying in there and figure out a way to make a play and get an offensive rebound if you miss. I think we settled too much early. And then we started figuring it out later. They do change it up and guard different ways because it's a 3-2, but they morph it into kind of a 2-1-2 and back it up. And so, teaching a new team, the nuances of that, it was, and with different lineups, it took us a little bit to get a beat on it. But unfortunately, we settled early, but I felt like as the game went on, you saw Elijah, he started throwing it down in there to JT, and we started getting in the paint, and it'll be great to watch on film and learn from. We don't see that zone a lot. You see a 1-3-1, you see some 2-3, but a 3-2 with a drop, you don't see it a ton in our league. So, but it'll be great film to grow from.
And what was going on with those wing back cuts that seemed to be giving you trouble periodically throughout the game?
Yeah, I actually told our staff we need to work on how to defend those better than what we were. The first two they got were penetration to the middle of the paint. We did a great job defending, and we were trying to push them out. We were trying to make them – they were 1 for 7 from three. So we didn't want to give inside-out threes, but we closed out too high and then got back cut, and we were all spread out when they were going 5 out and driving it in the paint. Those were the first two, and then they came out of the first time out and got on the right side. Then they got us to start the second half with Kerwin. Then they almost, with D5, and they almost got it again. Just got to do a better job of knowing how to play that inside out. We were trying to take away threes and catches and be aggressive. We turned them over 23 times. So we were trying to push up and be a little more aggressive, but we got to do it with better ball pressure and help.
We've seen from Elijah Hawkins this season more of a pass first and create space type of offense. How do you feel that since he's been back, he's been able to create more opportunities for you offensively?
Yeah, he's playing with an outstanding group if you're quarterbacking a team, this is a fun one to quarterback because you got so many options. The key is just don't try to do too much. Just try to make sure you take what the defense gives you and live to fight another day because they still have to guard you on the next action with so many great offensive players. I think he's finding that rhythm. He's so good in transition. Unfortunately, those were a majority of our turnovers were in transition. And what I'd like to see us do is attack the basket for layups and then make the simple play. Looked like we were trying to make too many great passes instead of, attack the basket. We need more practice time. Honestly, we kind of got in the crux of what we were doing in this league. I mean, in the season, and he's been hurt, and he and Christian, so it was hard for us. It's hard for us to get a rhythm in transition because we're not going up and down a ton right now with the limited bodies and trying to make sure people are healthy. So we're having to get that rhythm in the games, and you can tell it kind of exposed us. But Elijah's so much fun to coach, and he's so much because he sees it and he knows not only what he sees, but he knows how to deliver the ball to him. And I think we just better be prepared.
And finishing this homestand undefeated and with all wins coming by a sizable margin, how has playing these 4 teams prepared your team for this upcoming series at the Legends Classic?
I think the biggest thing is we've gotten an opportunity to get a lot of minutes for a lot of different guys. Like, I love tonight's minute spread. It's 26, 24, 27, 25, 26, 28, 18. We're not having to stretch anybody out and like we did the first 2 games and play 36 and 37. I think that gives us the best chance to win the game and play at the pace we want to offensively and defensively. So if anything, it's been a great build for what I think is a stretch that we need in preparation for the Big 12 Conference.
Coach, what's the biggest growth you've seen from this team since the beginning of the season, and what do you really think that they need to focus on before Big 12 play?
One area I challenged our team tonight was just defensive rebounding, and I thought we were better in that area for the limited opportunities because they shot it so well the second half. But in the first half specifically, I thought we were a better rebounding team than we've been. And the other thing is we've got to be significantly better guarding the ball in the middle of the floor with some of these ball screens. It's just we have too many lapses where we're in confusion, and that's got to be way better.
I think there was a lot of question preseason as whether or not you would play Elijah and Christian together, but that you're kind of playing them primarily together. What do you kind of see from them as a unit in the backcourt that's kind of made that your rotational choice, I guess?
Well, I mean, I don't think we did it as much tonight as we did, previously, just because they both came off the bench together in the last game. This game was a little bit different. But, man, those guys, they have a knack for making the right play and being at the right place defensively. And they're both playmakers on both sides of the ball. I mean, Christian ended up with 3 steals, and Elijah ended up with 5. Those guys are just – they've got a knack for being at the right place and their activity level on both ends. Man, if we can just keep punching and pitching and move the ball, those 2 guys are dynamic together. And then add Chance in that mix, and, man, it's a fun group of guys that can handle the ball, pass, and shoot.
How difficult is it to kind of gang rebound like you want to when you're going against a zone like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just knowing where you want to go. I challenged our team on a shot where it depends on where it's taken, but we weren't flooding the weak side. We kept kind of getting caught on the ball side where it's shot, and those are some things that you have to do well. I mean, you put yourself in the right position, and when you have this many perimeter shooters, sometimes you get stuck with too many guys on the perimeter and we don't have enough physicality. That's where Fede makes a big difference for us. When he's an anchor down there, he just is able to wedge and create the leverage, and then you can fly in there off of him. And JT obviously had 11 rebounds in 24 minutes, and he's been our best offensive rebounder. But Fede is that 1-2 punch that we missed tonight, and we hope to get him back on Thursday.
And since we probably won't get to talk to you until before you go to Brooklyn, just kind of general thoughts on the matchup going into St. Joe, especially their backcourt.
Yeah, no, I've really looked forward to this game, honestly, and I have a ton of respect for St. Joe's, and I think they returned 2 of the best players in college basketball, honestly, and they've got guard play and size at the rim. They play the game aggressively. I watched the game live when they played Villanova and won up in the office in preparation for other games, and just the opportunity to play at such a great venue. And man, this is a 1-game season, and don't get it confused. This is what I challenged our team with. This could end up being the best non-conference win for us. So I do think they got that much upside and that much experience, and they've got a great team.